What's up, YouTube? Pokemon here, bringing you another Friday Fight Night. Today we're looking at the Bunnelby deck, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. Okay guys, as you can see, the most obvious line we'll have in here is for Bunnelbys. Really what you're doing in this deck is trying to cause your opponent to draw out to win. Make their deck run out. Bunnelby is good for this, as he has the Ancient Trait Barrage, which lets him use 2 attacks in a single attacking turn, and one of those attacks is Burrow, which discards the top card of your opponent's deck. The other Pokemon line that will also play a role in this is Ninjask. Ninjask's ability, Wing Buzz, lets you once during your turn before you attack. If this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, you may discard a card from your hand. If you do, discard the top card of your opponent's deck. So obviously using those 2 Pokemon in a single turn will result in 3 cards being discarded. Also important to note is that Ninjask has a retreat cost of 0. And then of course we have 3 Nincada to get to the Ninjask. As far as supporters go, going off of Wing Buzz, we have Execute, which has the propagation ability, which allows it to come back into your deck whenever it's discarded. Basically, this makes it so that Wing Buzz sacrifice of discarding a card from your hand is free. You can just discard and execute instead. Then our other supporters are a Darkrai EX for the ability Dark Cloak, which will give free retreat to our Bunnelby as soon as we put 1 Dark Energy on it. And Malamar EX will be using his ability Hyper Hypnosis. When you attach an energy from your hand to this Pokemon, you may use this ability. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. So that is to prevent damage from being dealt to Bunnelby. He doesn't have a lot of HP, as you can see. So we want to keep them from attacking at all. And if they're asleep, they cannot attack. He also potentially comes into play as our main attacker in a late game, as Maximar does 60 times the number of energy attached to Malamar, and to be honest, we can end up flipping a lot of coins by the end of the game as we keep putting our opponent's active Pokemon to sleep with Hyper Hypnosis. So that's the Pokemon in this. Let's move on to the trainers. We have plenty of hammers. Crushing Hammer to discard an energy with a flip of a coin. We have 2 Enhance Hammers to get rid of those special energies. We have 2 Escape Ropes and 2 Switches in order to make it so we can use both Ninjask and Bunnelby in a single turn. You can only retreat once, so we'll use a free retreat from one of them to switch for one of the switches, and then either a switch or an escape rope for the other one, so that we can switch back and then use Burrow. Also, for more disruption, we have Hypnotoxic Laser to put our opponent to sleep, and is also poison them, causing them to slowly take damage and potentially switch out a very dangerous Pokemon on their own. We have a couple of level balls. As you can see, everything but our EXs can be brought out with a level ball. A lot of low HP here. So, we're good to go there. For Trick Shovels, Trick Shovel lets you look at the top card of either player's deck, then you can discard the card or return it to the top of the deck. Obviously, what we'll be using it for is to discard that top card, so that's 4 more discards, thanks to Trick Shovel in this deck. We have Ultra Balls, discard 2 to get 1. I don't think it needs much explanation, but one thing to note is if we get both of our Executes into the discard, we'll be able to propagate them and use them for the cost of the Ultra Ball, making it so there is no cost for Ultra Ball. We have 3 via Seekers to get additional use of our supporters. 2 Lysandres, because Lysandre comes in handy. 4 Ins for draw acceleration. And we went with Professor Birch instead of Sycamore, simply because we don't want to fall subject to our own trap in draw out. I mean, nothing would be sillier than, say, going up against another deck with a similar strategy and then losing because we sycamored all our own cards away. We also have a Skyla to look for that one card that's going to help us. A lot of times it comes down to a single card you need. So in a deck like this, we have a Team Flare Grunt to discard energy, and a Zerosic to discard special energy and tools. This can definitely come in handy with the disruptions. And then we have 10 Dark Energy, just to make sure we don't have any trouble getting energy into our hand, and so we have plenty to fuel Malamar up for potentially becoming our attacker. So this is the route I took with the Bunnelby. Definitely a lot of different ways you can run a Bunnelby deck out there, but I found this one to be really good so far in the testing that I've done. But as always, feel free to leave your comments below on what you use for this type of deck and what you think might work better. But real quick, let's go ahead and head over to Versus and put this strategy into action. Okay guys, we're all set up and ready to go for our Versus with our Bunnelby. As you can see, this is an expanded deck currently, mainly because of that level ball, but the set that is just about to release will change that and make it a standard deck. At least for a little while, until a couple of other sets get taken out of rotation. But with what happened in tournaments with that Wailord deck, figured it was at least worth showcasing this kind of deck. Also, you know, the whole the trump card being removed from play. It just felt like something that should be done, just so we can all see how this strategy works. And our opponent's getting pretty well set up. He's got his Keldeo for switching out with, the Veltal EX, and a Darkrai. We'll go ahead and play our Trick Shovel to get one card from his deck discarded. Get an energy down on our Bunnelby. And then we will also go ahead and in. And I guess that's going to be it for this turn. Wow. This isn't going to be pretty. A couple of pretty decent cards that we just discarded there. Yeah, I honestly don't have that high of hopes for how well this deck will perform just because of how easy it is to knock out Bunnelby. But we'll do what we can. He had 2 maxi in there. That's interesting. Oh, and he conceded. Wasn't getting what he wanted, I guess, and decided to concede. That is very interesting. I gotta be honest, I did not expect to see anyone concede against this deck, so that really surprises me. But you know what, I'll do another versus, see if we can't get one to last a little longer than that. So just sit tight while I get that set up. Okay guys, as you can see, we're set back up to find us another opponent. See if we can't get someone to play a little longer to better showcase this deck. It's a water deck, it looks like. Let's see what happens. Alright, so I got a mulligan. Shouldn't be too hard for our opponent to figure out what we're up to. It's got a Lapras and a Temple. It's very interesting. It's almost a theme deck-like. But we'll see what happens. Opponent has a very big hand right now and is not playing a ton of cards. So I'm guessing he did not get what he wanted at all. I think I might actually just leave this. Well, no. Let's be more aggressive than that. Well, Professor Birch. Hopefully the coin flip will go away. It did. I don't know what's wrong with the tails on my game right now. That's pretty good. We got our supporters back here. Not bad at all. And a VS Seeker. So let's go ahead and burrow away. Alright, so he's got an Oshawott. And we got rid of an Evo Soda, which he probably would be using if he could get his hands on it. That is supposing he doesn't have one in this massive thing already. It's not like he could have used it turn 1. Looks like he's going to try and power up the Lapras. Yeah, I'm thinking he's using a theme deck, ironically. One of the theme decks that you get in this game. It's looking very similar to that one, the water deck. Okay, so we will, I guess, go ahead and put our opponent to sleep. And then we can in. And we can get our Ninjask going, and we can Trick Shovel to get rid of a card of theirs. Say bye-bye to that water energy. And I guess we'll have to leave it at that since we are also asleep, unfortunately. And we still... Oh, no, we're up. He's not. Yeah, so he paralyzed us. We put him to sleep. Looks like he's hoping to power up Lapras to be the main attacker, which does dish out enough damage to one-hit Bunnelby. So we'll want to try and limit that. What's that scarf do? If the opponent on this card is attached to the knockout, put that Pokemon into your hand. Okay. We'll go ahead and play this for now. And then burrow away. Oh, they woke up, have no energy. So start buffing up his Bouffalante, it looks like, instead. We'll get a backup Bunnelby set up. And let's go ahead and end. Kind of want to save the Zerosic for now. We'll put our opponent to sleep. We can retreat. So, I want to do that though? No. I'm not going to use that. We'll just use a couple of trick shovels. Oh, very nice. Don't want him to have that switch. And then we can burrow away a couple more. So that's a pretty productive one. We got rid of 4 of his cards from his deck in that single hand. Ooh, he busted out an Articuno. So it looks like he used the theme deck as a starting point and then has just been adding to it as he gets cards here and there. So he swapped something out for an Articuno, for example. Huh. Alright, we don't need that Malamar at all, that's for sure. So, what I think I will do is retreat 2. And I haven't gotten any propagating eggs in there yet. We will Wing Buzz away that card. And we will switch back to Bunnelby. We will put our opponent's Pokemon to sleep again. And we will burrow away. That way. And the flip went our way, so our opponent's Pokemon cannot attack, and we got rid of 3 more cards from his deck. He does have some serious threats on his bench now, though. He's been getting very powered up. So let's go ahead and use that birch we just drew. Yes, got the coin flip to go our way. We'll go ahead and do this, see if we can't. Nope, no luck. Oh well. And we'll go ahead and put the Nincada out in preparation. And let's put his Pokemon back to sleep, shall we? Hopefully getting us another turn. And we'll burrow away his deck. So things are actually working pretty well. I got to demonstrate the Wing Buzz, so I'm happy about that. Demonstrated the Burrow plenty. So I think this is definitely, regardless of how it ends, a good example of how this deck works, flows, and as you can see, Malamar EX is pretty powered up. That's 4 coin flips. Each heads would be 60. So we definitely have that ability. Let's see. Let's go ahead and Skyla, see what we can get our hands on. Is there any special energy in play yet? Doesn't look like it. Just regular energy. So I could either get a level ball or a hammer. Or some more draw acceleration for myself. Or I could get a switch. And let's get the switch. That'll allow us to retreat to here. And we can Wing Buzz and get rid of the Ultra Ball. Don't really need that. Then we'll switch back to Bunnelby. And we'll go ahead and put energy on our backup Bunnelby this time around since he's already asleep. And do the double burrow. Oh, and our friend is helping us out by drawing. Oh, there's a different card he added in there from Legendary Treasures, I believe it is. Looks like he's decided to start powering up Articuno. His Lapras is fully powered. Okay. So, let's go ahead and use the VS Seeker to get us some more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll use N because it will get him one closer to that draw out. Let's use the level ball. See if we can't get that Ninjask. There it is. And I was kind of hoping we'd get some energy, but no dice there. Let's go ahead, I guess, and burrow away. He's only got 5 cards left. He's now on the offensive in a big way. The question is, will he be able... And he just took himself down to 2. My goodness, that probably wasn't the wisest choice on his part, unless he has a way of getting all these cards back into his deck. I wonder if he realizes that he just handed me the game. So we'll put the Ninjask out. Do a Wing Buzz with our Propagating Egg, so it's a freebie. Then we will retreat to Bunnelby. Let him know it was a good game. And we won! We actually pulled it off. Yes, it wasn't the strongest deck we were up against, but hey, we don't get to pick our opponents in the verses. It is kind of just putting you in the lineup and seeing who comes up. And you did at least see it, and as you could definitely see that Malamar EX probably could have dished out some heavy hits there at the end if needed. But yeah, that is the Bunnelby deck, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button if you did. Leave your comments below. Share it with your friends. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do so you don't miss out on future videos and giveaways. And as always, thanks for watching. Take care.